Sawasdee, good morning, and thank you for joining us on Newsline. We're airing live on NBT Radio Thailand, FM 88, and NBT World. Today is Labor Day, May 1st, 2015, and you're with me, Suraphal Lautharanarit. Welcome to today's segment of Thailand Moves Forward. In our first story, Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha has been briefed on the rescue efforts for quake survivors in Nepal via satellite conference with the Thai embassy in Nepal. Those participating in the satellite conference included Minister to the Prime Minister's Office, Mom Luang Panadda Disakul, officials from the Royal Thai Armed Forces, and the Thai embassy in Kathmandu. Prime Minister Prayut expressed his gratitude to the government officials at the Thai embassy in Nepal for assisting Thai people in the quake-hit country and their families in Thailand in the aftermath of the devastating quake. The Prime Minister offered condolences to the family of a Thai victim, Dr. Marisa Eve Girawong, who was killed during the quake. The Thai government will also continue to deliver help and necessities to Nepal. Teenager Pema Lama was pulled out alive from under a collapsed hotel on Thursday, 5 days after the earthquake hit Nepal and left him trapped. Lama was rescued by Nepal's armed police force and carried on a stretcher and in a neck brace to a waiting ambulance. The teenager had been trapped under rubble but saved from being crushed by his motorcycle, rescue team officials said. Another U.S. rescue official said he was trapped by a piece of corrugated roof material and had space to move. The Nepalese armed police force cut through metal objects in order to get close to Lama. Lama was conscious, held the hand of one of his rescuers, and looked towards a large group of photographers and television news crews as he was brought to safety. Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha has pleaded with the Thai people to have love for their own nation and help ease the ongoing conflicts. The Premier also vowed to do his part to the best of his ability. While presiding over an environmental conservation event in commemoration of Her Royal Highness Princess Mahachakri Sirinthorn's 5th cycle birthday anniversary this year, Prime Minister Prayut called on the people to contribute to the effort to establish a sustainable garbage management system in Thailand. He pointed out that concrete action is necessary, as the garbage problem has long been left unsolved and has created a negative impression on foreign visitors. On this occasion, the Premier also encouraged Thai citizens to cherish their motherland and to work together to mitigate social conflicts. He stressed that although democracy must be upheld, the law must also be abided by, and the people must be able to live happily. Citing now as a perfect time for national reform, he promised to perform the task to the best he can. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs, or MFA, has revealed its key achievements in the past 6 months. According to the MFA, it has held various events to promote and honor the royal family. They include His Majesty the King's birthday celebrations held at the Thai embassies worldwide on December 5th last year. In terms of the political situation in Thailand, the MFA has raised awareness about the government's roadmap to the foreign countries and seen several visits of the leaders of various nations in the past 6 months. Meanwhile, Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Thailand, Mr. Norashit Sinhaseni, explained further about the government's roadmap to the foreign countries.
The priority would be to reaffirm and create confidence from the international community on the current situation in Thailand. As everyone is aware, this government came in a time of great crisis for the Thai nation. The first priority was to restore peace and stability. I think everyone, Thais and others, can be in agreement that that has been achieved. The second is how to return Thailand back to democracy, to normalcy. That is what the roadmap was issued precisely for those to give a timeline.
The MFA has taken a proactive approach in strengthening the bilateral relationships with other nations through visits and participation in various international summits and conferences. The Ministry of Energy has presented a performance report for the past 6 months, during which the ministry sought to normalize fuel prices, eliminate debt from the oil fund, and initiate over 160 alternative energy programs. In terms of energy security, the ministry has expanded imports of liquefied natural gas, or LNG, from neighboring countries, while organizing the 21st round of bidding for concessions for oil and gas exploration. Meanwhile, imports of liquefied petroleum gas, or LPG, were decreased to save the country almost 1 billion baht per month. Previously a source of national debt, the oil fund has been replenished with nearly 40 billion baht. The excise tax has also generated 80 billion baht in state revenue. The Ministry of Science and Technology has reported its performance over the past 6 months, during which it increased tax breaks to 300% for students on scholarships and academics working with the private sector. The ministry has increased income tax breaks from 200% to 300%. The tax breaks also apply to private companies sponsoring academic research, as opposed to merely those involved in individual projects. Additionally, funds donated to academic research are eligible for double tax breaks. Science and Technology Minister Pichet Durongkavirot reported that the ministry, over the past 6 months, has been operating in accordance with the government's reform policies. The ministry has been promoting business applications of academic research and development, or R&D. The International Civil Aviation Organization, or ICAO, has expressed satisfaction with the solutions to significant safety concerns adopted by the Department of Civil Aviation, says Transport Minister Air Chief Marshal Prajin Chantong. Speaking after a meeting with Mr. Arun Mishra, Regional Director of ICAO Asia and Pacific Office, Air Chief Marshal Prajin said ICAO was particularly pleased with the country's newly improved regulations regarding transport of hazardous materials, which has been improved in line with ICAO's requirements. Regarding the issuance of Air Operator Certificate, or AOC, the minister advised ICAO that the country was in the process of producing manuals of training and inspection, upon which the issuance of AOC would be based. ICAO, meanwhile, suggested that airlines' representatives be included in the training. Thailand and Japan are scheduled to sign an MOU for the construction of double-track rail routes in Thailand, linking the west to the east. Deputy Transport Minister Akom Termpithiyapaisit has disclosed that Japan will undertake the construction of 1-meter-wide dual tracks for 2 routes. The signing of the MOU should take place within May. The first route, which covers a distance of 574 kilometers, starts from the western province of Kanchanaburi and ends at Aranyapratet district in the eastern province of Sa Kaeo via Bangkok. The second route starts from the capital city to Chiang Mai, covering a distance of 670 kilometers. At a seminar to celebrate nearly 2 decades of the Constitutional Court, there was a unified call for the people to respect the rule of law in order to move Thailand forward. Deputy Prime Minister Wisanu Krungam delivered a special lecture about the rule of law and the country's administration during the celebration of the Constitutional Court's 17th anniversary. Mr. Wisanu said that the Constitutional Court is an important body that can help unwind political crises, which could be caused by unclear wording in any law, while performing a key duty to uphold the rule of law. The President of the National Legislative Assembly, or NLA, has stated that the government cannot call a public referendum through the use of Section 44 of the 2014 Interim Constitution. NLA President Phonphet Vichit Cholachai explained that the government would need to submit a proposal through the current legislative process. Section 44 gives the head of the National Council for Peace and Order, or NCPO, absolute authority over matters of national security. However, Professor Phonphet said the interim constitution does not give the government and the NCPO the authority to make amendments to the charter. Therefore, Section 44 cannot be used to amend the interim charter in order for it to stipulate a public referendum on the draft constitution. The president of the National Reform Council, or NRC, says it is hard to tell what the most important thing should be, but focus must be on reform at the moment. NRC President Thien Chai Kiranan suggested that as the new charter is going through a drafting process, it is unnecessary to dig out the cause of the country's problem, adding that Thailand's focus should be on national reform for the time being. It would not be a normal reform, he said, as the whole system, including the thinking process and the country's structure, must be changed. He admitted that it is difficult to place an emphasis on one particular matter when all areas must be reformed. The Army Commander-in-Chief has insisted that the government will not intervene in any media outlets, provided that no laws are broken. Regarding a visit by police officers and soldiers to the Peace TV station, Army Chief General Udomdea Sitabut claimed it was to ensure the station's compliance with the law after an interview with former Premier General Chawalit Yongchayut went on air. General Udomdea said that any TV station found to be in violation of related broadcasting laws would be investigated further as necessary. He claimed that no media rights would be infringed upon if the press abides by the law. The transport company is facilitating people's commute during the long weekend between the 1st and the 5th of May by deploying 300 extra buses per day. Vice President of the transport company, Noparat Karunyawanit, projected that during the 5-day holiday period from Labor Day to Coronation Day, there will be over 400,000 people traveling out of Bangkok, either for a family visit or for traveling. To accommodate the massive departures expected to continue through May 2nd, he said the company has increased the number of bus trips on outbound routes from the usual 6,000 to 6,300. The same measure will be implemented on inbound services when the vacationers begin to return to the capital on May 4th. Mr. Noparat thus assured that all passengers will receive the utmost convenience and no one will be left stranded. And that's the end of today's edition of Thailand Moves Forward. We'll take a quick break now, but before that, let's take a look at the exchange rates and commodity prices.
maintain a strong nation, Thailand is promoting 12 core values for the good of the people. The fourth core value: seeking direct and indirect knowledge and education.
Even if we don't see them, they are amongst us. And they're hungry. Slay your power-sucking monsters. Take their power away. Think when you plug.
Nepal has recently been hit by a massive 7.8 magnitude earthquake. The disaster has caused great damage to the country. Thousands of people lost their lives. Thousands of people lost their family. Thousands of people lost their homes. Millions of people are still in dire need of support. You can lend a helping hand by donating to these accounts.
We have received many calls offering help in kind, means trying to send goods, and they are asking how we can help. We are really humbled by the offer of the government and the people of Thailand for our people in Nepal, and we highly appreciate it.
Welcome back. You're watching Newsline. Fashion, despite being a young industry in Thailand, is generating a huge amount of income for the kingdom. Hoping to enhance the progress and talents of young Thai fashion designers, the Department of Industrial Promotion, or DIP, is organizing a workshop for selected designers, while introducing 4 fashion themes for them to follow. Kun Notthawarang Niam Wanitgun reports.
In Thailand, the fashion industry already accounts for approximately 2% of total GDP. In 2014, the fashion industry generated 620 billion baht and has a continuous expansion rate of around 4 to 5% a year. Within 5 years, the market value of the fashion industry in Thailand is expected to reach 1 trillion baht. Despite the ongoing growth in the value of the fashion industry in Thailand, the Department of Industrial Promotion, or DIP, recognizes the importance of Thailand's fashion industry and plans to make Thailand the fashion hub of ASEAN.
DIP saw the importance of this industry. We make a lot of beautiful jewelry, leather goods, and accessories of very good quality. We will encourage our designers to be more professional, able to see and understand the trends of the world, and how they can adjust to those trends to create their own brand, one that reflects their own identity and Thai culture. Doing fashion is not just about satisfying the needs of oneself, but rather satisfying the needs of the consumers. So we must develop designs that go along with the trends.
Mr. Artist suggested 4 designs that are among emerging world trends as certified by fashion gurus. First is the tropical artisan, which is fashion inspired by nature, using raw materials that reflect a combination of natural beauty and craftsmanship, such as hand-woven fabrics and natural dyes that enhance the purity of materials. Snuksnan, an image suiting the street. Snuksnan takes on the carefree personality and lively attitude of the Thai people. Bold colors such as bright orange and techno green are used with a combination of fabrics such as jeans and stretchy cotton. Styling involves matching casual pieces with designer items, as well as rejuvenated second-hand pieces. Indochine, the melting pot of cultures in Thailand and Southeast Asia, is reflected in the unique style of all the buildings known as Chino-Portuguese architecture. And lastly, gender futurism. This trend is a reflection of the social and cultural complexity of modern cultures. Gender futurism explores the fading line between menswear and women's wear through materials and color palette. In clothing, trends come and go, so designers must stay in tune with world events and respond to changes in society and adapt their designs to trends in popular culture. Notwarang Neamanichakun reporting.
Moving on to the global front, Prince Charles of Wales is waiting for his grandchild to be delivered by the Duchess of Cambridge. The birth of the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge's second baby is believed to be overdue, and Prince William's father, Prince Charles, took his mind off waiting for the arrival of his new grandchild by taking part in a spinning class in Scotland. He was touring a new fitness center in Dumfries House in Cumnock. The 66-year-old Charles jumped on an exercise bike in his suit and took part in a spinning class with local women. The Prince of Wales also attempted to play badminton and table tennis with youngsters, but gave up fairly quickly on both activities. And that's a wrap for today's edition of Newsline. For any comments or suggestions, please feel free to email us at newsline.nbt@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook or simply visit our website at thainews.prd.go.th/newsing. And for now, we're going to say goodbye with the Bangkok Comic-Con X AFA 2015, which will be held until May the 3rd. I'm Surapat Lautharanarit. Thank you for your company and have a great day. สวัสดีครับ